Welcome to Cheap Shot News. My name is Zach. I'm going to be bringing you the hot topics and news today. Well, mostly not just today, over the weekend, the week. I feel like there wasn't a ton to talk about this week, so I just kind of mashed some things together. Thank you for the nice lighting. I'm assuming you're talking about my lights in the background. They're very pretty. I like that kind of stuff, you know. It's mood lighting. It works good. So anyways, getting into it. First topic of the week is Disney has announced that they're looking into getting started with Tron again. So back in 2010, we got Tron Legacy, the quote-unquote sequel / reboot to the original Tron movie from the 80s with Jeff Bridges and so on. Never saw the original. I don't know if it's worth seeing. Let me know if it's worth seeing. I feel like they were just wearing suits with like glow sticks on them mostly, so I feel like the new one was a little better in regards to the technology. Anyways, back in 2010, they did Tron Legacy, you know, with the coolness and different stuff like that. Garrett Hedlund and Olivia Wilde, not Munn, Olivia Wilde. And about 2015, they're like, no, we're not going to do it. Just don't bother. It's not going to happen. Well, now they're coming back and saying, you know what? Maybe we will do it. Maybe we will get back into it. And you know who would be good? Jared Leto. He's our guy. Now, again, this is all very early stages, very early on in this, but it is speculation that Jared Leto could potentially star in a Tron. It would be a quote-unquote sequel to Tron Legacy. It wouldn't be a reboot. It wouldn't really have the same characters and everything like that. Now, again, very early stages. There's no director. There's not even writers attached or anything. Very early production. Apparently, Jared Leto's production company is getting involved in this. So that's kind of where this speculation is coming from. And two things. Tron Legacy. Again, Soup, I have not seen Tron. You say it's awful, so I'm not going to watch it. Tron Legacy, I think, is an underrated movie. We can get into it and talk about how, you know, poor acting, poor storyline. The CGI Jeff Bridges was awful. Not going to lie about that. That was bad. That being said, I thought it looked, other than CGI Jeff Bridges, I thought it looked incredible. Just a really awesome looking blue and orange movie. I thought it looked really good, and it was entertaining. It was good action. The acting overall wasn't the best and things like that, but I thought it was a very enjoyable movie, and the ideas with like the games and just the grid in general, I thought that was really cool, and I'd like to see more of that. So if they can build off of that, fantastic. My second thing, though, is what is this obsession with Jared Leto recently? You know, I get it. He won an Oscar, but so did Whoopi Goldberg. So seriously, though, she won an Oscar. If you don't believe me, look it up. The bar has just been lowered substantially for you, I'm guessing. So I don't get that. I think he's overrated in regards to his acting and his music. Oh, I'm just going to piss everyone off today. I mean, I don't hate him by any means, hate his acting or his music. He's not my Joker. I refuse. No one will ever be Heath Ledger again. Well, obviously, no one will ever be Heath Ledger again, but no one will ever be as good as Heath Ledger's Joker. And I resent the fact that they're trying. That's why I think they went off in such an offshoot of let's make him crazy and do different things and have tattoos on his face and stuff like that, because we're not trying to be the same Joker. So, Drew, you mentioned Dallas Buyers Club. That's what he won it for. I didn't see it, so I can't really comment. I need to watch more movies if I'm going to talk about them as much as I do. But what else? So, you know, that's my 2 cents. Like I said, I'm probably going to watch it if they do it, regardless of who's in it, just because I have a lot of faith in Disney. I have a lot of faith in that. And I didn't hate Tron Legacy, regardless of what Soup says on the comment stream. So, moving on, in other news, as well as plenty of other people, apparently, if you look at the numbers, went and saw Logan over the weekend. I actually saw it last Thursday. Enjoyed it very much. I mean, if you want to be depressed basically the rest of your week, go see it. Now, that being said, it is actually a very good movie. It is not super uplifting though. I won't say it's my favorite superhero movie, but what I will say is that it's maybe the best done superhero movie I have ever seen. So definitely go out and watch it if you're interested in superheroes or just those types of movies in general. It's very good in regards to acting, story, cinematography. Definitely go see it. Very, very good movie, very well put together. That's not really why I bring up Logan, though. The reason I bring up Logan is that we got a little taste of something that I don't think very many people were expecting. Before the Logan movie, we got to see a teaser trailer for Deadpool 2, where we see Deadpool trying his best to embrace his superhero nature, I guess, like just trying to, embrace that side of it, really like realize that he's a superhero, he should try to protect people, and he fails miserably, which is actually very, very hilarious. Yes, Soup, I have seen The Dark Knight, but thank you for asking. Anyways, back to Deadpool trying to be a superhero, and it goes poorly for him. So it was just a great reminder of, yes, Deadpool is coming out again in 2018. It's about a year away, roughly. I think it's coming out in March of next year. So looking forward to that is just a good reminder of that they're keeping the same tone. They're keeping that same wittiness of it. That's not going to be a huge budget deal. It's just going to be a cheap, funny, good action movie. And I'm really looking forward to it. And also, it's a good segue into my next topic of David Harbour is being looked at to play Cable, the mutant, and Deadpool's friend and confidant and whatever you want to call him, co-person. David Harbour is looking to be cast as Cable in Deadpool 2. Now, if you're not familiar with David Harbour with Soup and DQ, you definitely should be. He plays the best character in the Netflix series Stranger Things. I'm talking about Chief Jim Hopper. And yes, he is the best. And I will stick to that. Those kids have nothing on him. Chief Hopper was the best. And I actually am really interested in this. If you haven't seen Stranger Things, you may have seen him in other things such as Suicide Squad or Black Mass recently. Both solid movies, but he had smaller roles in those. I'm just really excited about the potential of this. I just found out about this week, actually just a few days ago, that he is being potentially looked at for Deadpool 2 as Cable. I think he would really complement Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool with that like witty, sarcastic humor with a little more serious tone, but he can also dish out the insults from time to time. False, Darren. Hopper was the best. So, looking forward to that. I think that would be a great casting, uplift, a guy that probably isn't the best known, but get him a little more face time on screen. Even though he has had some bit roles in some bigger movies, I've really enjoyed his characters and what he's brought to the table. Now, in some other news related to that, I also saw recently that Kerry Washington is potentially being looked at to play the character Domino, who is Cable's love interest and also has ties to Deadpool. I'm holding that extremely loosely, though, because that article also said that Pierce Brosnan was being looked at to play Cable. So, no, absolutely not. No. So, Soup, I'm really excited to hear that you're interested in seeing Deadpool 2, since, you mostly love it all the time. And based on our conversations that we've had, you've really enjoyed the first one. That's sarcasm, if you can't tell. Soup is the only person on the planet that didn't love Deadpool. So, continuing on, and I'm realizing I'm moving through these topics fairly quickly, which is not a bad thing because my phone does not have tons of power left. So, it was recently announced in an interview, which I shouldn't say announced. Ridley Scott recently said in an interview that he already has a script created for a sequel to Alien Covenant. Now, I'm going to paraphrase this a little bit, but he stated, you've got to assume some extent of success, and you better be prepared for that. So he is obviously thinking that Alien Covenant is going to be a big deal, and I can't really disagree with him. The Alien movies are highly sought after. They have been around for a long time, and they've been beloved the entire time that they've been around. And I suspect Alien Covenant is going to be one of the higher grossing movies of the year, probably behind the likes of Guardians 2 and Star Wars. But I still think it will break in a good amount of money. They're going to keep making sequels to these. The bigger news in that regard is, well, I shouldn't say the bigger news. The more interesting news for me is he also said that Prometheus was more about the why and the who, whereas Covenant is getting closer to who designed it and for what purpose. Now, I got to assume he's talking about the xenomorphs here, of who designed these, who engineered these, engineers, and who came up with it and for why. You know, as we kind of found out in Prometheus, the chemical substance that was in those jars was initially probably meant for the extermination of Earth. But we're also finding out that maybe the xenomorphs are a byproduct that wasn't intended in that regard. Soup, you do mention that they originally planned a trilogy. They originally planned a trilogy for the Prometheus movies because it was going to be like Prometheus 1, 2, and 3. Now, I can't say for sure that Ridley Scott didn't plan out this specific movie and just title it different. But I think there has been some minor tweaks in that regard in the plan. So they still might do 3. But we're probably going to see at least, well, I mean, if they do another one after Covenant here, that would be, quote unquote, a trilogy of a third. So, yeah, anyway, so moving on. Final topic. Well, I just should close up on the Prometheus alien thing. I'm really excited about the potential to getting to find out, you know, were the xenomorphs actually engineered for a purpose, or was it just one of those things that just kind of transpired? So, final topic is something that is, I guess, not surprising in a sense, but kind of dumb in another, is Jason Mamoa and Fox are joining forces. They're doing a team up for a movie based on a video game franchise, because there's no way that can go wrong. Based on a movie off of Just Cause. Now, Drew, I know you've played Just Cause 3. I haven't played any of the Just Cause games, but I know they're based on a lot of over-the-top action sequences. So, I mean, I'm just wondering, like, when are studios going to get the hint that this just isn't going to work out for them? It's not going to work well. So I don't know what the plan is in that regard, but I don't think it's going to turn out super well. I think on the plus side for a movie like this is Just Cause, from what I can tell, has a lot of over-the-top action. So the movie execs, whoever's making it, director, writers, don't really have to worry too much about getting really over-the-top in regards to action in their movies, or going beyond that, because the game is based on really crazy explosions and different things like that. So, that being said, you know, I'm mildly interested just because I like Jason Mamoa, but I don't have a lot of faith that anyone can put together a good video game movie anymore. So, that's gonna do it. That's gonna wrap it up. That was a shorter video. That was a shorter one this week, but I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Zach. Again, this is Cheap Shot News. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Just find us at Cheap Shot Cinema. You can also follow us, well, I should say, if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe if you like what you see. Check out some other videos. You can find us on YouTube if you're watching on Facebook at Cheap Shot Cinema. So just search that. Again, my name is Zach, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.